Welcome back, nature lovers. I'm David Dragon, and we are Greenside Travel Tours. Today, I will be with you in an amazing trip to one of the most marvelous places here in Costa Rica, that is Manuel Antonio. But we are going to talk about other places later. Um, I am on cloud 9 to start with this video because I want to share my knowledge about this place and also the history and other amazing facts. You may ask, why Manuel Antonio's name? Well, that is a good question. From the word go, it is a legend, and also it is an incredible story. I had lived here in this place for some years, and I could immerse myself in Manuel Antonio's history. Moreover, I could talk with some locals, and they shared with me some stories about this place. I will say the most common one is about a girl who was a park guide, and she decided to call this place as Manuel Antonio. We don't know why exactly, but more locals said that she was who decided to name this part of Quepos as Manuel Antonio. Years ago, there was a family called Vargas. Ephraim Vargas, the grandfather, had decided to move to Manuel Antonio, looking to grow bananas. And when in Quepos downtown started the banana business, so that is why he decided to move to this part of Quepos, right? The park guide said that she found this man alone without family in this place, and he had never left the place. So he used to live there without family. So he was like kind of with depression, something that she related in her story. And moreover, she had also heard other stories about this place. This one is a little bit curious for me, I will say, but other locals say that some years ago, Manuel Antonio was a Spanish conqueror who arrived to Costa Rica, and native killed and buried him on the beach. So I don't know. For me, it's a little bit like, I don't know, weird. I don't really believe in this. It could have improved that in those years was a guy with this name, Spanish conqueror with this name. So we don't have the information about that. So I don't think that it could be true. But it's a story. So we don't know exactly what happened in this place some years ago. So it could be that this guy actually arrived, but it will be a mystery. Additionally, Manuel Antonio National Park had uh, had different owners for a long time. The last one was a Frenchman named Arthur Bergeron. Bergeron. When he arrived to Costa Rica, he claimed Manuel Antonio as a private property, even though locals used it for hangout and walk in that place, right? um, that is something sad to know, and also it is sad to know like a foreigner could do this to the local community. But in 1971, young people decided to create disruption, and they took a leap by turning down the door of the property. With this, it was a turn up for the books when Bergeron found the door of the property like it was um, turned down, right? And because he had hired dogs and guards to protect the property from the locals from the locals. So it was something amazing that the community could do this, even though it was a risk for them. It was they took a stake by doing these kind of actions to protect yeah, to protect the city from people like Bergeron. Moreover, Pedro Zúñiga had talked with some lawmakers to before went to the property. Furthermore, he only went to hit with a brick wall because Bergeron didn't want to talk with Pedro Zúñiga. I think because he knew that like they were there for a reason and it wasn't for talking. So I think it was quite obvious that they didn't want to talk with them. Then they returned to Quepos, but there they created an amazing game-changing move that was making Manuel Antonio a national park. With this, Bergeron didn't have an option, so they had to leave the property and Pedro Zúñiga made it public for all the citizens here in Costa Rica. So nowadays we have this access to this place, thanks to Pedro Zúñiga and also for the community in those years that they decided to create disruption and to take a lead. I would love to hear your comments and what do you think about this place and about the story. I would love to hear if you think that the native story is the real one or the other part of the story about the park guide is the real one for you. So I would love to read your opinions. So leave it in the comments. I will read it. And yes, but this is not over. I will share with you some amazing facts about Manuel Antonio. Did you know that Manuel Antonio is the smallest national park here in Costa Rica, only with 16 square kilometers? Manuel Antonio has proved that it can be small, but it is the most popular national park here in Costa Rica, where you can find a lot of stunning landscapes and marvelous activities to do. Moreover, here in Manuel Antonio is the only place where you can spot squirrel monkeys. That is something amazing because I nearly fell off my chair when I discovered that only the last year in Costa Rica. Only the last year, only in Costa Rica was the only place where you could spot this kind of monkeys. So it's something amazing to know that only in this country you can find that, and it could be an amazing experience. So I don't know you, but I would love to create and go with you to a tour in Manuel Antonio and spot these amazing animals. By the time it was created, international companies had wanted to create tourist center in this place, such as restaurants and hotels, something that worried the community. So that is why they pressured the government to protect it. So that is something amazing, though, how these communities like Manuel Antonio love these kind of places, and they are always trying to protect them from international companies or from people like Bergeron, right? So this is not the end. My co-worker Genesis will talk about, or is going to show you, another marvelous place here in Costa Rica that maybe you will like it. And I hope you will like this place, because for me it's also one of the best ones. Well guys, I hope you learned something new about this place, and maybe you can share this video with your family and others that are also like seeking for more information about Manuel Antonio. But stay here, my co-worker Genesis will talk about another place. Thank you.
Hello everyone, thanks David. Yes, I will explain some information about Punta Arenas, one province here in Costa Rica. So with that, I want to start that the Punta Arenas is the largest province here in Costa Rica with 12,000 square kilometers. So with that, Punta Arenas is located on the west part of Costa Rica, and also the most important activity here in Punta Arenas is the tourism. Now, I want to share with you 3 important aspects that Punta Arenas had in the past. Well, the first was that Punta Arenas was a shipping center of tobacco and coffee. Also, in 1871, started the construction of the railway. With that, it was an advantage for Punta Arenas because a lot of people came with their families and spent time here. And also, it was called Punta de Arenas. And now, because people were lazy with that, it's called Punta Arenas. A good place here in Punta Arenas is the DoubleTree Resort. This hotel, it's incredible because you have all the things that you need to be happy in one place. So you have the ocean near for you, and you have a beautiful hotel with all the necessities. So you have food, different kind of food, different kind of dishes. You have all the drinks that you want to drink, and also here in the DoubleTree you can came with your dogs. It's friendly with the pets, so it's important because this hotel, it's the unique hotel near to San Jose that is all included. The DoubleTree has a dock. The dock is a large bridge that you have in the middle of the ocean. So you walk there, you run in there, you can take photos, and the DoubleTree Resort has professional photographers. Or you can go to another hotel as you prefer. Well, you can find different kind of food. One of the most famous food that was in Punta Arenas is vigoro. For good measure, you can also drink ice cream. So when you are in Punta Arenas, it's hot. For that reason, you need to eat a ice cream. So I know a group of brothers. They are in the coastal strip. They are brothers. They are from Colombia, and they has a special ice cream. They added like different types of milk, and also they added different kind of fruits in the ice cream. So it's delicious. I remember that, well, there are women that sell their vigorons and are famous, are very delicious, and that's the point of the Punta Arenas, help to people that live. I will upload some photos that you can see the delicious of the food that sell here in Punta Arenas, and you want to come here. Also, it's important to remember that on May, people from Punta Arenas have some activities, some different activities to tourism and to people that come to know what traditions they have. So with that, they have a festival, a lot of bands and groups of museums go in a street walking, and they were playing their instruments. So with that, they also added people dance in the street. So is a different tradition that they have, but this tradition is very interesting because different people, different traditions that they have. In that celebration, sometimes they do a concert. So a lot of people in front of around Punta Arenas go to celebrate that activities. So with that, I invited you to come here in Punta Arenas and enjoy your life. Here, the life is incredible and you will have a lot of beautiful experience here. With that, I finished my presentation, and now my co-worker Geraldine will present her topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Genesis. Hello everyone, my name is Jordan, and today I am here to share with you some important information about one of the most beautiful places in Costa Rica. So, let me break the ice. Have you ever heard the word Tiquicia or Pura Vida? If you haven't yet, today is your lucky day. Between you and me, Ubita is one of the most amazing places to visit in Costa Rica. Let me explain to you a little bit the history. If we ask someone the real history from this place, we will get around 5 or 10 different versions. But we can find the real version in a book. Its name is The Gringo's Hack. It is about the possessions of the land. Let's start in 1957 when Fernando Cruz arrived in Punta Ubita with his wife and son. People call him Kaikus. They began buying properties and he got around 900 hectares. With this amount of land, create Hacienda Bahia to start an airplane business. But unfortunately, some years later, in 1962, family members passed away. By the time Kai died, he had been in a flight accident. For this reason, the Costa Rican bank took the control of the Hacienda Bahia. Okay, during the 16th and 17th, Ubita sat excavate bauxite in local mountains. But what is it? It is a sedimentary stone with high aluminum content. The company that was taking This place wanted to cover Hacienda Bahia as an export center, developing a road between Ubita and San Isidro General, as well as building one small port at Punta Ubita for the exportation by ocean. But to say the least, not only this new wasn't the best idea for the community, it still also created strikes and organized opposition. Ultimately, this kind of actions was effectively and saved the biodiversity. There's much a favor of Ubita, with more than 1,000 inhabitants and around 500 students population. Ubita has become a tourist destination. Let me tell you some facts from Ubita. This area is home to the Marino National Park, Castle Mountains, and beautiful beaches. As well, we can find abundance and diverse flora and fauna. To put in mind, people love to visit Ubita because they liked the nature and wildlife. This place is teeming with rich waters and sweeping mountains. We will see sloths, macaques, toucans, monkeys, and also the stunning animals to see in the water are humpback whale, dolphins, and turtles. The highlight of Ubita is Marino Ballena National Park and the whale's tail. This was created to protect marine life, such as coral, turtles, dolphins, and humpback whale. Additionally, Ubita is the best place in Costa Rica to see humpback whales. This fact is a kind of turn off of the box to see. As well, in this park, you should visit during the low tide, the whale's tail. It's an incredible rock formation between two beaches. They coming together to create one. But be careful when you stay there. However, you can see this fantastic show where the moms teach their babies to swim, to breathe, hunt, and play. So guys, the best time to see humpback whales is between December to March and July to October. So you need to be sure when would you like to go, because these kind of amazing spectaculars are only in a specific seasons. So you need to know this information. It's important you know this information. Other facts are the most famous waterfalls in Costa Rica are in Ubita. So please take your time to go there. It takes over 30 minutes away, so it's too close. In addition, you can do other activities like take a surf lessons in Playa Dominicalito or Beach Dominicalito. It just takes around 15 minutes drive from Ubita, so it's close to. This kind of artifacts found on the island. It's important to know the history from this kind of artifacts. This activity takes around 1 hour, so you can enjoy with your family, alone, or with your couple. Another activity you must do is a day trip to Corcovado National Park, where you will hike for a couple of hours and visit a waterfall. You will find a lot of kind of animals, so you need to be prepared with a bottle of water, some sunscreen, and food. I hope you enjoy this kind of activities in this amazing place. So guys, I hope with this information that I already shared with you, you will learn something new about our country. Now my partner Diana, she will share with you another amazing place in Costa Rica.
Thank you so much, Geraldine, for sharing with us about that beautiful place. My name is Diana Sequeira, and I will love and I'm so excited to tell you about Corcovado National Park. I don't know if you have heard about it, but let me tell you that if you are a nature lover, you will love go there. And first, it is located on the Osa Peninsula in the Punta Arenas province. And first, I want to start with the history of that place. And it started from the word go. It was created in 1975. And due to widespread destruction of the vital habitat caused by gold mining and illegal gold mining. So those people just wanted to make money out of the place, of the Osa Peninsula, and they started to filing land claims. After that, they started clearing the place in order to contract from other companies in the Osa Peninsula, or the national park actually. After that, two science had published a booklet. In that booklet, they were describing and they were promoting about that a large part of the national park be conserved. After that, 1 year later, in 1975, in the year that it was created, they realized that they had completely lost the control of the squatter in the area. They were in all the area, all are the gold miners. So, for that reason, Álvaro Ugalde and the president at that moment, that was Daniel Odover, they formed a strong partnership that gave Ugalde to act on the president's behalf. And with this power that he had at that moment, he could achieve the conservation of the area. After that, by the end of 1975, they had already achieved that this area, or they had already expropriated the lands of many companies. That means that many companies were expropriated of the place, and those companies were directly to the president to ask about new lands on other whatever place in Costa Rica, in the country. So they were asking for an exchange or a land swap in that case. Okay, and you can say everything is done here and the expropriation is already done, so what can happen? After that, the gold miners were in all the area. You can say like, or they might have thought like, okay, we're not going to give up here, we want our gold. So it was so difficult to remove all the gold miners from there. It took exactly a year and a lot of money to remove all the squatters from the area. So for that reason, at that moment, it was referred or declared as an emergency. But everything, at the end, everything was okay, right? So yes, this is a little about the history, about the gold. Those people who were looking for gold and so on, it was a little difficult, but nowadays we can see that is a beautiful place, and this the national park that we nowadays we know. And let me tell you about some facts of this place. First, if you don't know, it has been called by National Geographic as one of the most biologically intense places on Earth. Also, it's the largest park in the country. You will be able to find lots of animals such as hares, butterflies, dolphins, sea turtles, tapir. If you don't know if it is an animal in danger of extinction or endangered, and much more that I don't remember because there are a lot. But I want to tell you a piece of advice with this, right? We know that this place has 3% of the biodiversity around the world, right? But you might say like, oh, I will see this animal and so on. But my piece of advice is that you don't have to go with a lot of expectations, right? You just need to say, okay, I'm going to connect with the nature, I'm going to live an experience. I'm not sure what are the animals I'm gonna see, but I am going to connect to the nature. Why? Because many people can I don't want to like you are gonna find a lot of animals that's there's no doubt about it, but sometimes people want to see some certain animals and they don't see it, and after that they are like quite sad about this. But don't worry, you're gonna see animals, and just you need to be patient because you're gonna walk, you're gonna let a lot of activity, and you just go without expectations of anything, right? Just go there and enjoy. And last but not least, remember that we are in Costa Rica, right? You don't know when it's gonna rain. It's difficult to know, but the driest season are from December to April. It is the best moment of the best season to go there. But be prepared for rain just in case. We never know, right? And last but not least, remember that the weather is humid and hot most of the year. Another thing that I just want to tell you is that if you want to get there, it's gonna be just by air, by foot, by boat, or by horseback, right? It's no other way. There isn't exist on other way to get there, right? So be prepared for that as well. And that's an interesting fact, because it is not really easy to get there because of the rivers that surround the place, so on. Well, last, I just want to tell you some or certain aspects to take into account, but I just want to show you my map of my little country, and here, as you can see, this part is Osa Peninsula, right? I have watched a video about a guy, and this is the route that he took, right? I just want to show you. He went, from this place. This is San Pedrillo from here to this point, right? And he stayed the first night there. After that, he went to here, and they go back, and they go by boat. Okay, that's my favorite part. Why? Because you are able, if you go by boat, you go back by boat, you will be able to see dolphins, and that's I'm so excited to see dolphins. If I go there, I will love go dolphins, right? So I just wanted to show you a little about the route they took, or I have seen in some videos. So be prepared to go kayaking, to go bird and wildlife watching, and also hiking. Remember that, so you can see what you need to wear in those cases. Also remember that you need to be on shape, and it's not that you have to be like a gym rat or something, but try to prepare. If you don't do exercise or something, try to prepare your body. Just remember that you are going to find restrooms and potable drinkings and drinking water just at ranger stations. Okay, in the points I have shown you here, like those points, you will find just there a restroom and potable water. From there, you just need to walk, and I think you don't want to go to the forest to do your necessities or something, so be prepared for that as well. Thank you so much for watching up to the very end.